Why are you the best choice to be California's next governor?
I'm a product of the American dream. My parents came to this country with nearly nothing. My dad, 3 shirts, 2 pairs of pants. But America was and is the most aspirational place. So I want to make sure that my 8 godchildren and all of California get to pursue their dream. I bring a different set of qualities and skill sets. I'm the only person that have served in all 3 financial offices. And so I have the know-how to make sure that we can invest better in education, in healthcare, making sure that we build a strong economic foundation.
Here in California, there are a lot of families who are considered on paper middle class, but they're struggling to make ends meet, struggling to be homeowners. What can California do better?
That's why I'm focused on it. What separates me with the others is I'm building more affordable housing. I ran for the financial offices because you're talking about people who are struggling in the middle class, right? They want to make sure that they can move into communities that provide great education. We had, during that last recession, taken away billions of dollars from education. My cousin lives down here in the San Diego region. She talked about, John, what can you do to make sure that her kids' teachers didn't get pink slips, right? So that's why I was tough on the legislature. I was tough on the former governor, and I'm happy that California today has grown back to the world's 6th largest economy. I want to make sure that I build more affordable housing as the next governor. How can I demonstrate I'm serious? As the state treasurer, I reformed some of the rules and regulations. My 2nd year as the state treasurer, 83% more new and rehabilitated housing. Right, look at the others who govern cities. Right, do they have a housing crisis? Do those cities still have a housing crisis?
We know the importance of early childhood education, but that can be another financial obstacle for middle class families. What's your stance on universal preschool?
Yeah, it's actually my top priority. I've said it early on. I've been endorsed by the California speaker and said, why do you want to run? We have a long-time friendship. I said, early childhood education. When I was young, and my mom also was an immigrant, she used to make homemade flashcards, right? So my sister, who was 8 years younger, right, she started drilling around ABCs, 1+1, and she said, John, right, it doesn't seem that she would know it, but she does, right? When you're young, you start to process it, and you learn very quickly. I think it's really important. We see the great disparity that happens with people who have greater access. Kids' neural development forms very quickly, few days into birth. We need to make sure that we're, reinforcing it, we're growing it, and also not only early childhood education, we need to make sure that there's childcare available so that parents don't have to make that choice about making sure their child gets an education or going off to work.
Lastly, wrapping up, what should the voters of California know about John Chung?
Yeah, well, John Chung is the one who stood with them, fought for them when things were tough, right? When we had the financial crisis where other politicians didn't have the financial expertise or the courage to stand up, I challenged Governor Schwarzenegger. I fought to make sure that this state didn't go off the fiscal cliff, right? I got us back into a better financial position. I protected them, not Sacramento interests, right? I didn't pay the legislature when they kept passing phony budgets, right? And I am doing the hard work today in the face of President Trump to make sure that we continue to provide for education, that we continue to build more housing for the state, that we're protecting healthcare as I just drew for them. Because I understand, like I said at the earlier part, my mom and dad's dream for America, that's my dream for all of them. And so I am the person who's taking the action so that you can live the California life that you want.